Cosmetics are integral to our daily lives, enabling people to enjoy a new and improved look every day. But in recent years, cosmetic companies have been receiving a barrage of questions about what it is doing to even stop or reduce non-degradable waste from ending up in the sea. Now, those questions have been amplified after traces of microplastics have been found inside thousands of dead and living sea creatures, in which the majority of these are served to us as food without us knowing.
At the heart of the criticism facing the cosmetic industries is an allegation of having a culture that prioritizes profit over sustainability.
So what are microplastics exactly?
Microplastics are fragments of any type of plastics less than 5 millimeters in length, according to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Chemicals Agency. Around 2% of the world's microplastics exist in cosmetic products and are mainly used as an exfoliating agent, but they can also be used as emulsifiers or sheet fillers.
The student housing residential population as a whole is projected to use 5,000 grams of microplastics sourced from facial exfoliating cancers, which is the equivalent of 2,500 Ziploc sandwich boxes per year. Microplastics are so popular in this industry because they have the right hardness to cleanse the skin and are relatively cheap compared to other ingredients.
These microplastics flow directly from drains to the sea, and unfortunately, wastewater plants are unable to filter them out. This leads to an exponentially increasing number of microplastics ending up in our oceans. To give a more in-depth insight to this issue, we have interviewed 2 microplastic experts.
Are there any natural substitutes for microplastics?
Today there are currently many alternatives to microplastics. One of them is using naturally hard materials such as almonds, oats, or shells, grinding them and incorporating them into the cosmetic products. However, there are 2 limitations to this method. The first one is this may change the texture of the cosmetic products, which may make it unsuitable for people, and secondly, due to the grinding process, it may produce materials that have irregular sizes and sharp edges, which may injure the skin. Another alternative to this would be using cellulose microbead or chito-beads. Since these are chemically modified, they can easily be tweaked to fit the purpose and the texture of the cosmetics.
What are some existing companies that use alternative products to replace microplastics in cosmetics?
Companies like Janssen, Madeline KOR, Primax, Kraber & Co., Only Star Biotechnology. These companies use chito-beads as an alternative for microplastics because chito-beads are considered the greener alternative than microplastics.
You mentioned 2 different types of biodegradable microbeads. Could you give a further insight on their pros and cons, and which do you think is the most promising one?
Cellulose microbeads are made of cellulose, while chito-beads are made of chitin, which is widely abundant, can be found in exoskeleton, crustacean, insect, etc. In terms of price, cellulose microbeads are expensive in comparison to microplastic, since the solutions such as ionic liquid, which is used in dissolving natural polymer in the production of cellulose microbeads, are cost ineffective. While we still do not have enough information about the cost of chito-bead, we predict that with large scale of production, the price will be competitive enough since chitin is cheap. In terms of the biodegradability of the substance, although a hardening agent which is used to convert chitin to chitosan slow down the rate of degradation of chito-bead is still degrading faster than cellulose. In the span of 15 days, chito-bead degraded by 24%, while cellulose microbead degraded by 21%. Further research showed that the product from the degradation of chito-bead exhibit a positive effect on germination and growth of plant. If based on these 2 factors, I would say that chito-beads are more promising.
Chito-bead is still in the process of researching. How close would you describe chito-bead from being ready to employ?
We have tested out the cleansing efficiency and stability of chito-bead as exfoliating agent. In one of our tests, we found that the cleansing efficiency of soap increases by 40% when employed with chito-bead. Another experiment suggests that chito-bead is effective in maintaining its stability. As observed under the microscope, the size and shape of chito-bead have remained consistent over the periods of more than 3 months. Nevertheless, further research is still required to increase the heat resistance for the chito-bead and also to ensure that chito-bead does not start degrading during its shelf period.
Do you see potential in employing the use of chito-bead in other cosmetic products?
Yes, in the process of making chito-bead, the size and shape of particle can be governed by the molecular weight and degree of acetylation, tricking it to be suitable to each cosmetic product. Chito-san has been known for its great potential in wastewater treatment due to its amine hydroxide group that act as heavy metal and anionic organic pollutant absorption site. Chito-bead retain this property, and hence we see potential for chito-bead in the absorption of toxin from our skin.
Tune in next time, where we will be talking about microscopes.